By the conclusion of their most recent homestand, the New York Mets had won 5 in a row and 7 of their last 10 contests. During that stretch, they of course received contributions from veterans like first baseman Pete Alonso and shortstop Francisco Lindor. But it may have been the play of the Mets' young studs that truly sparked the club's resurgence. Specifically, the trio of Mark Vientos, Francisco Alvarez, and Brett Baty have been key to the Mets' efforts to find their footing and remain in the NL playoff chase. Mark Vientos was drafted by the Mets in the second round of the 2017 draft. The now 23-year-old prospect played in 16 MLB contests last year, and while he's mainly a third baseman, the Connecticut-born slugger can also play first base and left field if need be. Vientos was called up from AAA Syracuse this May to help a New York team that's been struggling to cultivate a consistent offensive output, and he immediately made his presence felt when he mashed a game-tying 2-run home run against the Tampa Bay Rays in what was his first MLB game of the season. The Mets would go on to win that contest in extra innings by a final score of 8-7. Additionally, Vientos slapped a critical RBI single off of Guardians closer Emmanuel Clase in the bottom of the 10th that helped them set up an eventual 10-9 walk-off win in extras. His impressive 2023 AAA slash line was the primary reason he was called up to the bigs. Buck Showalter and his Mets club are certainly hoping that Vientos can build on that minor league success and put together a productive major league campaign. Signed out of Venezuela in 2018, 21-year-old catcher Francisco Alvarez saw only 5 big league games last season, but has greatly improved since playing in his first game of this year on April 9th. Entering MLB action this past Monday, Alvarez had the best OPS of any catcher since May 6th. Much like Vientos, the Mets have turned to Alvarez looking for power, and he's delivered 6 home runs so far, one of which came in that aforementioned 10-9 W over Cleveland. With catchers Tomas Nido and Omar Narvaez nearing their return from the injured list, Mets general manager Billy Epler and the rest of the team's brass will have to decide if the youngster's recent growth is enough to warrant a permanent spot in Queens. As the 12th overall pick of the 2019 draft, 23-year-old Brett Baty is expected to blossom into one of the game's finest third basemen. He competed in 11 games last year for New York and even cranked a home run in his first ever MLB at-bat against the Atlanta Braves. Even though the Texas native can hit for power, he's also shown an ability to be a dual-purpose hitter. He ranks in the 83rd percentile in terms of chase rate and has already cranked 4 home runs as well. The Mets are banking on the fact that Baty's balanced approach can become a staple in their lineup for years to come. The trio of baby Mets has drawn rave reviews from teammates such as Polar Bear Pete Alonso. After their 10-9 thriller of a win over Cleveland, he let it be known that their contributions have been greatly appreciated.
It's been awesome, and also tonight, Baty going Appa Taka, it's been really fun to watch. For us, seeing these kids come up and help, it's awesome. They're playing phenomenal right now, and they just fit right in. There's no learning curve for these kids because they're ready. They're professionals.
At the time of this report, the New York Mets are 25-25 and 5.5 games back of the Atlanta Braves in the NL East. If New York is going to try and cement a spot in the October dance, it would seem that the kids will have to consistently play like they did during the club's most recent homestand. With 112 games left to play, they'll have plenty of time to grow up and step up to the plate in a big way. With WFUV Sports, I'm Colin Loughran.